Hey guys, it's Terrence Duncan here, and I want to go over with Operation Blue Memphis, and I want to go over this PowerPoint of the executive brief that we've put together here for the people who we, have been sending this out to, and this is available for anyone that wants it by request. Just DM me your email, and I can get this information to you. But I want you guys to be able to, just kind of track the progress since we started this thing. It's crazy. This thing just started really from a reaction video, and it kind of blew up into something that we never thought that, at least I never thought that could even happen. But it's how the Lord works. So, and anyway, this is Operation Blue Memphis, executive brief with source citations. You can see the tag, harnessing the Mississippi River, monetizing the Memphis Sand Aquifer. That has been our focus with this operation. And my name's Terrence Duncan. I am a teacher. I have been a teacher on a few different levels, K-12 and also higher ed. It's my contact information. And the highlights of it are 1 billion in annual revenue potential. That's a 15-year plan that this covers. We have 100 trillion gallons of fresh, the freshest and purest water in the Memphis Sand Aquifer. We're looking for at least 1 gigawatt of river energy potential. That's enough. We've said this in previous videos, but that's enough to power about 250,000 homes. And we want to get started in the next 90 days. Actually, really next 30 days as an action item we want to get in place as quickly as we can. So I'll move quickly through these slides, just kind of narrating and touching base. Um, so obviously it's a problem. Memphis has been an economic engine stripped of all its power. The most recent political disenfranchisement is Tennessee has been split into 3 congressional districts. That happened last week, as a matter of fact, that eliminated meaningful Memphis representation in state government, despite Memphis generating billions in state tax revenue annually, and that's billions even without this plan. Now, the aquifer, the Memphis Sand Aquifer, has been used for free or very little. XIA, TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority, and Nucor Steel, they draw a combined 13 million gallons per day from the Memphis Sand Aquifer. That's a public resource, paying Memphis virtually nothing beyond standard utility rates. And this is according the references are down here at the bottom. First reference WMC Action News. This one was Fox 13 Memphis. And River Energy Untapped, FERC, that is Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, has issued 36 preliminary permits for hydrokinetic development on the lower Mississippi. Again, this is already happening on the Mississippi down toward the Louisiana end. This technology is proven on the actual river. Memphis has filed 0 permits. So this is a game that we currently are not in, but we're looking to get in as soon as we can. 2 natural resources, no redistricting map can touch. This is recent information that we've added, but let's talk about it. Mississippi River as a source of clean energy. You need at least 2.25 to 3.0 meters per second. That's the average current velocity that we would need. Again, we talked about 1 gigawatt, the total generational potential from that's according to Free Flow Power FERC filings. 365 days of continuous output. I don't think any Memphian has ever seen the Mississippi River not flow um, free and strong in the Memphis area, at least not in our lifetimes. And 36 permits have been issued by FERC. Again, that is the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. These permits have been issued already downriver, downstream. Okay, again, this requires no dam, no flooding, no impoundment. The river does all the work 24/7, 365 days a year. Now, the Memphis Sand Aquifer, as we talked about, premium water, some of the best water in the entire world. Like the kids said, there's no cap, there's nothing false about that whatsoever. You can do the research yourself. All the premium brands you may have seen, Smart Water, Fiji, Evian, Memphis, pure water is better than them all. So 100 trillion gallons of aquifer reserve volume. Um, Memphis is the #1 city, the largest U.S. city in the country that relies on 100% groundwater. That's according to MLG&W and Memphis, University of Memphis Caesar program research. Um, 13 million gallons per day are being used already by XAI, TVA, and Nucor extraction. And it's 3 times cheaper to aquifer versus the river. So these resources belong to Memphis, regardless wherever Nashville draws the line. All these belong to Memphis. Now, next slide. There's a 15-year plan. We talk about economic sovereignty strategy, 3 phases. First phase is to protect. We want to emphasize that over and over again because our job is to protect the environment, protect this resource, and we start with the Memphis Sand Aquifer, of course. That's going to be years 1 through 3. That's going to be a $25 to $50 million investment. Year 1 revenue target, anywhere from 5 million to 20 million. And the mayor, we're looking for the mayor to issue an executive order, hopefully within the next 30 days. The Blue Memphis Authority. It gives Memphis the legal rights to be able to take ownership of its natural resources. The FERC preliminary permits file. We want to do that by the latest day 90, so 3 months. The Caesar Aquifer Master Plan contracted. Again, the Caesar program, they are the nation, really the world's foremost authority on the Memphis Sand Aquifer. They're housed on the University of Memphis campus, and they've done great research. They got some great information. You can Google and YouTube them. And industrial water license and launch and in-stream bridge turbines pilot development. We've talked to a lot about the different types of turbines as well. We got a video that went over 5 specific types that we thought in ranking order of how they can service this plan. Again, that's years 1 through 3. Years 3 through 7, phase 2, you want to develop and scale. The annual revenue target is going to be 30 million to 80 million by year 7. And so the ORPC RivGen commercial arrays, that's the first 60 to 100 milliwatts. We did a video detailing the different type of turbines, and we'll try to get some pictures and more details or a specific PowerPoint on each one of them, ranked in order of the ones that we think that we can that could work for us in this plan. Right from the very beginning, and even one that's a future watch that can help us later down the line. The TVA Power, again here, the TVA Power purchase agreement signed, the Interstate Water Export Agreements, Memphis Biowater Industrial Park launch, and the MISO. The MISO is the Mid-Intercontinental Grid Integration, Regional Energy Sales. Again, we believe that once we get this, the Mississippi River, the hydrokinetic energy from the Mississippi River up and running, that we can, the surplus, the extra, we can feed into the and support that mid-continental energy grid. And so, our grid support is key all over across the country. Our grids all over the country. I'm down here in Texas, and we spoke about us having an issue with our grid here when some unseasonable weather hit a few years ago. So having some support to that grid is absolutely critical, and that's something that we believe that this plan can produce. Now, years 7 through 15, we want to scale and export. The annual revenue target, that's going to be 525 million to 1.14 billion by year 15. And we believe that we can produce 1 full gigawatt from the Mississippi River corridor, right around the Memphis area. International water export directly from the port of Memphis, which is the 4th largest port in the country. Pump hydro grid storage system. Again, we talked about supporting that mid-intercontinental grid. HVDC transmission for Mid-South export. HVDC are power that can travel great distances. So states and cities in the country, even potentially outside of the country, that additional power can be exported. And then the Memphis International Water Exchange is in that 3rd phase as well. So you can look at again the revenue targets. Year one revenue target is going to be 5 million and 20 million. Annual revenue target, or from years 3 through 7, 30 million to 80 million by year 7. And then the annual revenue target, 525 million to 1.14 billion by year 15. So again, this is a 3-phase plan. Now, we talked a little about those hydrokinetic turbine systems, the 5 leading technologies. Again, the ORPC RivGen, we talked about that. That's the one that will be considered the best fit. It's already been tested on the Mississippi River. It has the FERC licensing, again, the federal agency that's responsible for energy. TRL level, basically whether it's ready or not, the numbers here, the higher the number, the more ready it is to be to produce. Is it fish safe proven? Again, that's extremely important to all of us, the environment, the ecosystem, the Memphis Sand Aquifer, and especially the Mississippi River, in the river, around its banks, that whole ecosystem. The gigawatt scalability. Again, it's going to be, it hadn't been, what we're looking to do, we still hadn't been proven had to yet, but all we have to do is do what they're doing downstream and just scale up. The cost is going to be anywhere from 8 cents to 12 cents per kilowatt, and we believe this is the best fit. The other 4 are all great options, and we'll just go through the free flow smart turbine system, the Verdant Gen 5, the InStream VAC VAKT, and the SRI Manta Sharks. That's actually going to be a future rod. You see, it's not ready, but that's going to, once it is, that's a 5 to 7 year process. But once it is, that will be, hopefully we can implement it, and it can save us a ton of money later down the stream, throughout this process. So again, there is a video that goes over each one of these. And so we'll make sure that we produce more information as people request it, no problem. So the projected annual revenue, again, year 15, these are estimates with a source basis. So again, hydroelectric power sales, again, what we're talking about, full 1 gigawatt array, TVA, PPA, meso grid market sales. We talked about supporting that grid. That's going to produce anywhere from $200 million to $400 million per year right into our area. Industrial water licensing. Again, that's just from the companies the 13 million gallons a day that the companies are using right now. And they really should be paying us about $80 million to $150 million per year. The interstate water export, sending that water across to areas that need it, pipeline, rail, or barge. That's $100 million to $200 million for our area. International water exports, sending our premium best in the world, and some of the best water in the world by containerized pressure tubes or shipping terminals that can produce anywhere from $50 to $150 million a year. The BioWater Industrial Park, pharmaceutical, semiconductor, and biotech facility licensing. These companies, these organizations typically need fresh water, so we would pay, and they would pay us in order to use it. That's anywhere from $30 million to $70 million per year. Premium water brand royalties. We talked about the brands, Fiji brand, Evian Water, Smart Water, where we can essentially sell our water, can be anywhere from 20 to about $60 million per year. Carbon and rec markets, renewable energy credits, carbon offset certificates, and also pump hydro capacity payments. All of these can result in revenues of billions, over $500 billion minimum per year. And so all of this would transform Memphis into one of the wealthiest cities in the country and also the world. So what do we do? Well, first thing, we need an executive order. Mayor Young, we need him in the next 30 days, hopefully, to establish the Blue Memphis Natural Resource Authority. He could do that by executive order. This gives Memphis the legal authority to enter federal contracts, issue revenue bonds, and regulate aquifer extraction. Okay, again, this requires no state legislature approval. It can be signed immediately. It does not require Nashville's permission. Okay, so again, that's what we need, and we need that first. The mayor can do that ASAP, so that's what we're hoping. The FERC permit filing. Now, to file hydrokinetic preliminary permit applications at 3 to 5 priority Mississippi River sites within 90 days. Each application establishes Memphis' legal priority over the site for 3 years for feasibility studies. Now, that FERC process we talked about takes from 5 to 7 years. Anybody who's goes through that process, no matter where you are in this country, it's a 5 to 7 year process. So every month of delay is revenue that is permanently deferred, and the clock starts only when it's filed. So we need to file ASAP, definitely within those first 90 days. And finally, coalition endorsement. We need the community organizations, elected officials, faith leaders, media partners publicly supporting Operation Blue Memphis to create the political mandate that moves the mayor to act. We spoke with or touched base with Keyshawn Pearson, who's the vice president of Protect Our Aquifer, and also the president of MCAP, Memphis Communities Against Pollution. Sarah Houston, we've sent information out to her as well. Representative Antonio Parkinson and Congressman Steve Cohen, they've all have been contacted. We've sent information to all of them. Again, this is a 90-day action plan beginning immediately. So these are all your data points. I'll just go over them briefly. So the Mississippi River current velocity, okay? FERC hydrokinetic permits, the Memphis sand aquifer volume, the Memphis 100% groundwater city. Look it up for yourself. XAI, TVA, Nucor, water extraction, how much they're extracting, the aquifer commercial value, ORPC, Lower Mississippi deployment. You can check and see how they're doing downstream. Free flow power portfolio. Again, they got a project up in the East River in New York. And so they are federally licensed already. Verdant Power, TRL9 certification. I'm sorry, the Verdant Power certificate, that's in the East River. Okay, so my apologies about that. That's the one that's going to be in the East River, and they're operated. Right now, they have 9 certifications. You can go to verdantpower.com to read more about that. The ARPE Sharks program, again, that's a future watch for us. The Memphis poverty data, what that is, I mean, it's there in the U.S. Census Bureau. Redistricting, the most recent information that just happened last week, Memphis being split up into 3 congressional districts. The overall global water crisis, go look at day zero on, you can Google that or YouTube, and it has a lot about the global water crisis. Memphis rubella vaccine production, the Port of Memphis statistics, again, where it ranks in the country and the world. And also, again, the TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority grid and wholesale rates. You can go look that information up for yourself. So these are all the data points to see if we are on the right page. So again, we wanted to go through this. Apologize, this is a little longer than some of the videos that we have produced, but this is the executive brief. There is a more detailed plan available that can be made available for anyone who's interested. Our goal is to present this information to all stakeholders, all parties that will be in support, and more importantly, just to the people. This would benefit the Memphis community, everyone who's in the community, everyone who's around in that area could benefit from Operation Blue Memphis. So guys, thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please contact us directly. Thank you, and God bless.